So we have our final speaker now, who is Nazmi Gur, who graduated from the Faculty of Law in Near East University, North Cyprus. He has served as President and General Secretary of the Human Rights Association's Van branch for many years. He's held various executive positions in HADEP, DHAP and BTP. Between 2009 and 2011, he acted as a representative of the former Democratic Society Party and its successor, the Peace and Democracy Party, in Washington, D.C. In June 2011, he was elected as a member of the Turkish Parliament as part of the BDP, representing the Van region. And since July 2011, he has taken on the role of Deputy Co-Chair and Head of the Foreign Affairs Commission of the BDP. His paper is entitled Democratic Autonomy Towards a Lasting Peace and Stability Project.
Thank you very much. It's always very difficult to be last speaker, but I'll be very brief, I promise. Thank you very much to hosting this important event. Thanks to School of Law, and also thank to Dennis that invite us. That we have met here in Belfast, City of Peace, and I've been here before, and I've learned a lot from the city and from the owner of this city. And now we are in a position of applying the real Irish peace process and using some techniques as methods, as now we have been in the middle of the beginning of the peace process in Turkey. I thank you again. I promise to be brief, and perhaps I have a paper, and I've sent out to Dennis, and you may read later on. I would like to talk on three important points. The first point is this new ongoing peace process that's just started in Turkey. Perhaps the peace process or the peace initiatives has longer history in Turkey in terms of 30 years conflict in Turkey. But since January, a delegation from Turkish state has met with Mr. Öcalan in the Emerald Island and decided to start a dialogue, which my party in a position of strongly support of this process. And then, as you're all aware of that, Mr. Öcalan has made a call 21st of March, which is a very meaningful day for the Kurds. Orhan has mentioned that for a ceasefire, that means a chance to talk and for real negotiation, official negotiation, as well as call for PKK to prepare for withdrawal of armed guerrillas from the Turkish territory, from the Turkish soil, outside of the Turkish official borders. Now there is a negotiation, and the BDP, Peace and Democracy Party, has participated strongly to this process. And our role now is just like a mediator between two sides. And up to now, the BDP's official missions, I mean, consist of MPs. They visit Mr. Öcalan 5 times, and they bring his messages not only to BDP but also to Kandil, the headquarters of PKK, to discuss with them about the whole issue, whole process. Mr. Öcalan has launched this peace process in a way that Havin has made a broader analysis, and she underlined the theoretical and philosophical background of the whole peace process. But practically, Mr. Öcalan is divide this process into 3 main steps. First step, ceasefire and withdrawal. While this process is processing and then the Turkish government must do and must take necessary steps. For example, having legal amendments. Rayhan mentioned just before this cleaning of roads, because we have problems, lots of problematic areas in terms of freedom of expression, freedom of association, freedom of demonstrations, and many more, of course, and this very famous anti-terror law. So all these changes need to be made beforehand while during the withdrawal. And on the other hand, the Turkish Parliament must issue laws on withdrawal, established a truth committee, and also having a truth committee or wise man committees to be observer of withdrawal, and after this withdrawal to be a real third party of peace process. Yeah, there are some small steps that has taken by government. First of all, government decided to form a wise men and women's committee, consists of 63 people. And they're going to be active on 7 geographically Turkish territory, and to lighten the people, public opinion on whole peace process. And recently, the Turkish Parliament has also issued a new decision that my party also strongly supported. We established a new parliamentary committee for next month or 4 months to take an initiative and to investigate all human rights violations or disappearances, killings, and many other human rights violations. For the beginning, there are small steps. There need to be more concrete steps by government. We are expected more concrete steps that government has taken, such as releasing of political prisoners. I don't know if you're all aware of that. There are 8 members of parliament are in prison. 5 from my party, from BDP, actually 6. 2 of them are women, and 2 from CHP, the main opposition party, and 1 from MHP, the Nationalist Party. So those MPs must be released and to participate to the whole issue. So the second step will be real negotiation, official negotiation between Mr. Öcalan, PKK, BDP, or I may say Kurdish movement, and Turkish state and government to find a real solution to the Kurdish question. As you know that we are in a process of preparing a new constitution. I'm not very sure that this work will be successful. I'm so negative to that, unfortunately, because there are 4 political parties equally represented in this committee, drafting committee for new constitution. Main opposition party and this nationalist body are acting together, and they're against preparing of a real democratic civil constitution. I don't know if you remember Ms. Serap's interventions. She has made a very concrete explanation about this constitution now. So this mission is really very difficult to reach to an end, but it seems AKP wants to draft out their own conservative, little bit Islamist-oriented constitution, and wants BDP to support this initiative. And Mr. Erdogan, also Prime Minister, wants to have more power in Turkey and wants to change the administrative system. He would like to have a presidential system in Turkey. One president having control on parliament and government and everywhere. So I hope he will withdraw from this authoritarian idea, because my party is not a position of supporting this authoritarian change. We can discuss, of course, a presidential system, but it needs to be democratic, it needs to be controlled, and it needs to be checked by other state institutions as well. So we have three main demands, we the Kurds, in terms of preparing a framework, legal framework for Kurdish question, identity issue. You know, we need a recognition for Kurdish people, and Kurdish people need to be recognized, because from the beginning, before this first constitution, up to now, the Kurds and other minorities that they denied, and they impose one language, one flag, one country, one nation, and one religion. So this monolithic structure of Turkish state create lots of problems with the citizens. So her citizens are not happy with that, and that's why the Kurds were rebelled 29 times to that, and all these movements were bloodily stopped, and Kurds lost thousands of lives up to now. So, but we have three main demands, as we say. Citizenship, we need to have a very neutral definition in the constitution. You know, we could accept being free citizens of Turkey as a country, not as a nation that based on Turkishness. I guess this will make an important contribution to peaceful solution. This, if we agree on the constitution in that way. And the second demands, our demands, the Kurdish demands, is right to have education in mother tongue. That means in Kurdistan, in our land, Kurdish language must be second language. We are not against Turkish. Turkish, of course, is the official language, and we have no difficulties with Turkish in that way. But we want our language to be second language of education. Our kids, children, must educate in Kurdish, and of course they're going to learn Turkish as well. So the second demand is also part of our identity, because a nation without a language, you know, that caused lots of big problems. The third important issue is right to self-determination. We, the Kurds, ask for that, but that not means that we want or we are going to start a new national state. Havin has made a very important explanation, philosophical explanation on that issue. We want democratic autonomy, but mainly people say that we ask for federation, or rather than federation and independent state. This is not true. What we are looking for, what we are seeking for, is simply democratic autonomy, to that we have right to our right to self administrations. We want to be free in our land, and we want to have a right to self-determination in that way. So for that, of course, we need the decentralization of the state. In the early morning, one of the participants mentioned this French system. Yeah, it's true that Turkish national state is a very much bad copy of French administration system, and that of course caused many other problems. Within the decentralization, the evolution of with the devolution, of course, we may have more power for local authorities. In that way, the Kurds will enjoy their rights and freedoms. Not only the Kurds, but all other oppressed people and minorities in Turkey will have same rights. So these three demands, we say that it's the minimum that the Kurds ask for, and this is the minimum rights that should be in the new constitution. And I think if we have common sense for that, and if we come for a common agreement with the Turkish state and with the government in the parliament, this will also contribute a lot to this new peaceful process. Difference, it's not easy, we know that. It's a very difficult task, peace process, at the peace process in Turkey. Because Turkey is geographically, geostrategically is in a place where around Turkey is just burning. As you know that since 2 years there's a civil war in Syria. This war, we know that how much AKP government supports some paramilitary groups and gave them weapons, trained them, and sent them to fight in Syria and to come back. And we know that Turkey is very much against any kind of autonomy or political status for Syrian Kurds in Syria. We criticize Turkish foreign policy towards Syria, of course, but this new process has also linked with the Syrian issue as well. So if we really go in the right direction, if negotiation start in this principles and theory, then if everything goes in the right direction, I do believe that the Kurds in Syria will also have more peace and stability in Middle East too. And it's not a threat for Turkey, but it may be a new partner, democratic partner in the future for Turkey, like South Kurdistan. So I just point out that this peace process will have a positive effect on Syrian policy, and perhaps the Kurds there will have their freedom soon, and with their full political rights together with other Syrian people, and that will have also a positive effect on solution that we are now seeking for. I thank you. If you have further questions, we are here and we are ready to answer all your questions. Thank you very much again.